Record on the computer. We're recording, and we're going live. So, let me get this up. I should have been more prepared.
Here's an idea, Ken. Maybe you can mute yourself until you're ready to speak.
Because we're still getting a little bit, Kenny.
All right, hang on.
I mean, I don't want you to fry inside your.
I know, right?
That's what's going to happen.
We don't need to see you. We don't need to see you cook on live TV.
Right?
If I start to sweat immensely, then you'll know what's going on.
We're going live, guys. You ready?
All right.
Here we go. Hang on, it's coming. Okay, we're gonna start. So, gentlemen, and welcome. Good to see everybody together this week. If for those that have not seen it yet, the Sports Nerds has a new banner, which is great. Thank you to Eliot for creating that. It's not the final version, I'm sure, because Eliot says he has more to do with it. But it's
especially since
new.
I have no head.
I got a couple, 2 or 3 additions.
We don't have a Bob in there yet.
We don't have a Bob in there yet because he's
Oh yeah,
he's
Bob
delayed
needs to figure out his avatar.
He's trying to figure out how to edit his avatar. Bob is not the most technically sound gentleman guy of this show.
In other words, he needs a For Dummies book.
And I don't have a Rhonda.
No, he doesn't.
And you're not. From what I understand, you're not like technically advanced. Is that correct?
Technically advanced would be.
It's a mild way of putting it.
A major overstatement.
Yeah.
Yes, major
Then why do
overstatement.
you own an iPhone?
Because it's a hell of a lot easier than Android.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Obviously not.
Oh, God. So, again,
That's okay. You'll figure it out. That tutorial ought to help you.
Right.
Okay?
And
All
as
you
I
gotta do
was
is open your Facebook app and go through the steps.
So as we are still in the middle of, course, the coronavirus. The only live sports going on right now is from South Florida with the foursome of Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods playing a little. First they were playing skins, and now they're playing alternate shot, whatever. And it's been entertaining for the most part. If those of you who have not been watching it, I know people don't like golf a lot, but this has been entertaining. But the most entertaining has been Charles Barkley doing a commentary. He's just been off the wall. He's just been off the wall. Funny, hilarious. Twitter is blowing up with this whole thing going on. I mean, it's just amazing. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, it's not. Granted, it's not baseball, it's not NBA, it's not hockey, but it's something that we can watch live.
Charles, the golf expert. I get it.
Yeah.
I think he's more there for his levity than anything else.
Also got the Coca-Cola 600 over on Fox.
Yeah, they're driving. They're racing in Charlotte, which again, only maybe 2 or 3 of us watch NASCAR, but it's all good. At least it's some sports. And what's nice is that Mario Cuomo, not Mario Cuomo, but the governor of New York, Cuomo,
Andrew
came out today and said that all professional sports teams in New York can begin off-season workouts and training camps and whatever going on. So that's a start. I'm still a little bit leery of that because I'm not quite convinced that after seeing some of the videos and stuff from across the country that's going on, people are gathering at beaches and lakes and stuff. It's stupid.
I went to the beach I was at a bar on the beach last night, and I went to the beach today.
Mm-hmm.
Social distancing, my ass.
Yeah, I know.
Why did you go to the bar? Like, why would you go to the bar?
There was a live show, and we drove a long way to go to the damn beach.
Well, and again, we ask again, Bob, social distancing means 6 feet apart, not getting into crowds, avoiding crowds. Going into a bar is not avoiding crowds. I'm just saying.
Right.
And
Thing is, now that the practice facilities are now open to everybody in New York, it's really still not going to make that much difference in New York.
Elliot, I hear your TV in the background. You got volume on your TV? Elliot?
He just muted himself.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Actually, maybe it's muted. No, I've got myself muted.
I'm still hearing it, yeah.
it's not me. I don't have TV on.
It might be Kenny. Kenny, it might be you. I don't know, because you could be
Not
echoing.
me. I got the TV on, but I got the sound way down.
No, it's Eliot.
It's Elliot.
Yeah, it's coming from Elliot. Whether it be your speakers are echoing or the TV in the background, I don't know, Elliot, but something's going on with you.
Does he even hear us?
My TV is in a different
Elliot,
room
can you
anyway.
hear me?
So.
Elliot.
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 Yee.
Elliot.
Elliot.
He doesn't hear us.
He doesn't hear us.
Oh.
He can't hear us, guys.
Phone home.
This is professional sports
Right,
nerd show.
professional sports nerd.
It is live TV.
Professional.
Yep.
You want to ping him, man?
Hear us.
Like, I don't know what he's doing, dude.
I know, right? Yeah, he's doing something. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, but he's still his volume's still there though.
I muted him.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Anyway,
Jeez.
I don't know what it is.
That's all I was saying.
I know, right? Go ahead, Kenny.
It's open to all the New York teams. Of course, it's not going to make any difference to the New York Knicks.
Right. Because they may not get to be invited to go back into play because they're only going to do like the top 16 or the top 16 teams or whoever's got a chance to get in the playoffs.
Plus, they may, from what I'm hearing, they may try to start the season at Disney World, not Disney
correct.
World, but
Yes.
Disney Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, they'll probably house the teams in Disney, whether it be 16, 24, whatever. NHL is talking about the same thing. Elliot, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I lost the audio because the laptop, which is down here.
Got to turn it down. The volume on the TV.
It's either the TV or you're echoing on your side, Elliot. One of the two.
Hang on. I got a remedy for that.
Hi, Blaine. And by the way, welcome to our Facebook people coming in. Jen Nieto, hey Pixie, how you doing? Eliana's here. Clarky's in the house.
How's that?
Hey, Clarky.
Mary Ann's in the house as well. Mary Ann, good to see you. Blaine Jones has arrived. Go Sports.
Go
better?
Sports. Go team.
Awesome.
Go team.
Better, Elliot. Yes.
Yes,
Welcome,
perfect.
everyone.
So welcome to our
All right,
Facebook
buddy.
friends that have joined, all 6 of them. And as we were talking about when we started, for those of you that have not seen, the Sports Nerds have a new banner. It's not done yet. It's still the first.
Share it.
Version.
Share it.
Share it. Advertise it.
Good.
Tell everybody about it. I plan on blasting the internet with
Print
it.
posters out, nail them to trees, and posts and all that kind of stuff.
Believe it or not, John, I will be putting it out there daily. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. You've heard that before, I know, right?
Well, you know
I've
what?
been hearing that for 10 years.
Hey,
man.
John.
Yeah.
You got my word after all the work I put into it.
Yeah.
It'll be on there daily.
Good. No, I don't doubt you. I don't doubt Ken. I don't even doubt Bob.
At least from my page, it'll be on there daily.
Okay, I'll tell you what, John, until you try and walk Bob through editing his avatar from remotely from where I'm at to him, trying to walk him through technology, don't count on Bob for much. I'm just saying. I love him to death, but don't count on Bob for much. As tech in savvy as
You know,
Bob is,
you know that I've been totally poking fun at you the entire weekend in Discord, right?
no, because I haven't been
because you're so active in the community.
Yeah, I haven't been in Discord.
You know, I'm always like, because it's a running joke. Me, Jen, and Eliane are always in the room and stuff. And then Scott will come in. You guys aren't in the Discord room, but Scott will say content posted. Like it's this magical thing that he's accomplished. You know? So it's like he does it like once a month. He'll come in and say content posted.
It's
like
true.
it's, oh my God, Scott, he posted something.
Brett's
You know,
in the house.
so
How you doing,
now all weekend that's what I'm doing.
breaks-
As the
hey,
great
he breaks-
Scott Wright would say, content posted.
He breaks the internet every time he does that, right?
Oh, he breaks the internet, man. He's like Kim Kardashian sipping that champagne. Like,
Yes.
yeah, dude, this guy.
I'm such a loser. But you guys,
No, man, it's good. It's good.
But you guys love me anyway, so it's all good.
Action once every 30 days. That's good, man. It's
Keep coming
good.
back for somebody.
Hey, you know what, Bob? I had your Steelers bucket hat, and I had your Jerome Bettis jersey, but I didn't have your head.
So, Elliot, so we're missing Bob's head on the banner. But my
On
question,
the final banner.
yeah, can you work around the hat or not, or do you need to do?
I can try. I mean,
Okay.
but it's a lot easier if I
I,
don't have the hat hanging there.
and you know what?
John
I
sent
said
me in
off.
originally with the
Whenever-
hat, and he took it right off. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you
Whenever,
didn't you?
Say it, Bob.
whenever I saw the banner, I said, "Oh crap!" I said I shouldn't have put that hat on. Everybody else is, I said,
Yeah, no hat, dude. No hat. Even
I
my bald
know.
ass didn't put a hat on.
The best.
when I saw everybody else's, I said, "You're gonna need it without the hat."
Yep, you
I
knew it.
I knew it
These
too.
avatars all look goofy anyway. So.
I mean, I could probably work around it, but it would look a lot cleaner if,
That's-
I had-
Oh yeah, for
Seaplane?
sure.
think I-
And I'll
I
get
don't
it
think I've ever
fixed.
seen any.
It's just not going to be done quite yet. How about that? I'm sorry.
I'll work with.
I
I'll
didn't
work
think
with
I'd ever
what
see
you
any
sent
as
me.
lame as the ones we had at MSN.
I'll work with what you sent me and see what I can do.
Oh yeah, the avatars at MSN were terrible, Kenny, back in the day. Yes, they were awful. They were awful. Oh God.
Did
I did a
everybody
good
like?
job
I
with
noticed
these.
everybody's choice in numbers for players.
Yes,
Okay?
of course. Mine's Jim Brown. Yours was actually Andre Reed. I'm impressed, John.
You
Very.
like that, right? That's the same reaction I got from Eliot. He's like,
I,
Andre Reed.
I contacted him and I
Yeah.
said, hey, I kind of gave you Josh Allen. Is there somebody else you'd want?
Yep.
He goes, oh, 83. And I'm like,
83.
Reed, really?
Yeah,
Andre
12 to
Reed.
83 equals 6.
I
baby.
really thought he might have gone Jim Kelly.
Nah, man. I was
But
more.
then he
I-
put Andre
listen,
Reed, and I was like, oh.
Well, listen, Elliot.
Thurman was my dude, okay?
Okay.
Thurman was
somebody
my
told me,
dude.
hey, somebody told me to put a Thurman on you
Herman
and a
Thomas is
caption
34.
that says, where the fuck is my goddamn helmet?
Oh, man.
No, if you notice, Elliot,
Andre,
Yeah.
man.
John has
wonder who
always
that
been
was.
high. John has always gone after and been promoting the wide receivers on the Buffalo Bills. Okay,
That's
whether it be
because
Sammy
the
Watkins,
running backs
whether
were
it be
pushed a lot.
now it's Stephon Diggs. It was Brown last year, I think, right? John, was it Brown?
Yeah, Johnny Brown.
John
was
Brown.
last year,
Okay,
yeah.
so he's been a
And
wide
the guy,
receiver guy, so that's why he went on.
whatever his name
And
is,
Cole Beasley excited him.
Exactly.
But, dude, because Cole Beasley is the poor man's Julian Edelman.
Absolutely.
You know, and now
Or Wes
it's,
Welker.
dude, I love it. This is the first time I've actually gone into training camp, not going like, oh man, we got to sign some
Oh,
low
you know
guy
what?
off the practice
just got
squad to
in-
fill a position. Like,
I just got a hold of some predictions. Not all the teams are in yet, but I got a hold of the predictions. Buffalo is one of them. As far as the outcome for the season, it shows the schedule, which games they'll win, which games they'll lose. They projected Buffalo to go 11-5.
John will take that all day
I'll
long.
take it, dude. We'd go 10-6. I'll take it.
Yeah,
It's like
They'll win the
regular
division
season. I have no
11-5,
doubt. It's
I think 10-6 still wins the division.
and
Yeah.
the Patriots will be 7-9.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
that's generous.
They got the Jets finishing last and the Dolphins finishing third.
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah, I can see that.
So that's just like an average of all the polls and shit out there.
I can actually see that.
Sure.
I mean, I think Miami and the Jets are going to be battling. Well, I think all three are going to be battling for
Second place in the division
second place with a losing record. Yeah.
with a losing record. Well, oh
Yeah, man.
God.
I don't think there'll be but one 500-plus team in that division, and it'll be the division winner.
I mean, that
That's a
division
real
is
possibility.
once again, that division is lopsided, but it's lopsided for the different team because there's no certain two people who are no longer on that team that used to dominate for the last 20 years. So now, it is what it is.
You know what I am seeing out there though, and I take that back. I did see one more Tampa. For some reason, a lot of people are putting a lot of stake in Tampa.
It's because it's Tom Brady. That's why. I don't buy into that. I didn't buy into it last year with the Browns. I'm not buying into it this year with the Bucks. I'm not doing it.
You're talking about Tom Brady as opposed to Baker Mayfield. That's a bad analogy.
Right, but I'm still when you've got Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, and
you
now
blew your own argument out of the water on that one.
oh yeah, okay, so be it. But when you're in a division with Drew Brees and Matt Ryan, and now you got Teddy Bridgewater in Carolina, nothing is a given in that division.
Okay, so you split your home and home. So what's the rest of your schedule like? Like, what's Tampa Bay playing then? Must be nice to have two teams, man. Jeez, I don't know how they do this, man.
I don't have two teams. I root for the Bucks because I live in the area. It's not because I'm a big fan of them. I've only been a fan since I moved to Tampa, and that's
since Warren Sapp, right?
Since 1998 is when I moved to Tampa. Is when I moved to the West Coast of Florida. Okay, when Tony Dungy was just starting out, and actually that was the first year for Raymond James Stadium, and that's when the defense was really good. Okay. Let me take a look at this. Hang on a second. I need to see the schedule because I really haven't looked at the schedules this year. I should have, but I haven't yet. Come on.
Oops. Wrong button.
Schedules.
So apologies to everybody that's watching the show.
Yes.
It took about 15 minutes for us to get going, but we're here now and we're having fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lots of fun.
Yes. And, even though there's no sports going on, we talk about whatever else comes up and we're having a blast with it. Everything apparently is opening up. They did a little bit of NHL news. They were trying to push for the NHL to open up, and one of the cities that they're thinking of doing this is in Edmonton, because Edmonton, out of all the major cities in North America, has got like the least amount of COVID-19 cases. Right. Which is interesting because it's the furthest north city in North America with over 1 million people. But who's counting? It's interesting. I personally think they should just write off everything. Just call it a wash. Say, you know what, this season we'll put it down as an asterisk for the history books, and just let's see what happens in September, October. They put out a this week. The NHL put out that they've come to the agreement that if and when the season does resume, it'll be 24 teams. It'll be a 2014 playoff. Okay. And they're going to have like 3 or 4 teams have a bye the first round, and the rest of them are going to fight it out to get into that second round. And what's ironic is the fact that one of the teams that came out against it was the Tampa Bay Lightning. They didn't like the format. They didn't like the setup. I don't know. Well,
it's anybody that wins the cup is just going to be an asterisk beside them.
Yes.
And knowing my luck, it'd be the year that the Leafs win it. Right. And then, forever in eternity, there'll always be that asterisk beside the Leafs win. It's like, no, just shut it down, man. Shut it down. Let people relax and just, you know what? But I get it. It's a money thing, and they want to make their money. And
the NBA is the same way, because there'll be an asterisk as the NBA champion, too, this year. Yeah. So, And the Major League Baseball is talking about doing an 80-game season starting in July. They're scheduled to go into their season in July. Golf returns in June, full time. Major League Baseball supposedly in July. Who knows? I mean, I miss sports, guys. That's all I can tell you. I miss it.
I don't miss it that much, man. To be brutally honest with you, I haven't even missed it.
Really?
Because you know what? The only time I really, really get excited is playoffs, and I wasn't in playoff mode yet.
Right.
And NFL season. And there's no NFL season now anyways.
Right.
So for me, it's just been like, meh, it's like, cool. We could have been in the playoffs right now, but there would have been an asterisk beside it because it doesn't feel right. So I don't know.
All right, so going back to the Buccaneers' schedule, John, just to answer your question.
I got the schedule in front of me now.
Yeah, I do too. They're playing the AFC West, and they're playing the NFC North. So that means they got the Rams, they got the Chargers, they got the Chiefs, they got Oakland or Las Vegas, excuse me.
Vegas, yeah.
Chicago, Green Bay. Green Bay comes to Tampa for the first time in 5 or 6 years, which is nice. Minnesota, and of course Detroit. So those are the two divisions that they're playing. They also play the Giants. When they also play Pittsburgh, which is always tough. Tampa hates playing Pittsburgh. They're going to be in Pittsburgh to play them too. They're also playing. Hang on a second. That's preseason. Never mind. I know that was preseason. My bad. So yeah, they're playing the AFC West, NFC North, and then they got games against the Giants.
Wait a second. You said Tampa?
Yeah.
Where do you see Pittsburgh?
That's preseason. It's preseason. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to post about the preseason.
I was gonna say, I don't see Pittsburgh on here.
Yeah. No, I mean they're playing the AFC West and the NFC North, and they have games against the Giants.
Okay, so they start the season at New Orleans.
Right.
Is that a win or a loss?
At New Orleans, you know what? I think that's a loss.
Yeah, I'm saying split for the NFC South matchups. Just split the home and homes.
Yeah,
that's the best you could ask for, right?
Yeah,
they will beat the Giants.
No, they'll beat the Giants.
And the Lions you'll beat, I'm sure.
So they play the Panthers in week 2.
Well, again, they're home and home. I'm not worried about that. That makes them.
I just don't think Carolina is going to be able to put up an effort this year against anybody. To be honest with you.
First-year head coach Teddy Bridgewater.
McCaffrey is it. That's all they got.
Bridgewater in a new offense.
But he's not in the New Orleans offense.
Right. Again, in a new offense is what I'm saying. In a new offense.
And
the only weapon they have outside of Teddy Bridgewater is Christian McCaffrey. It's the only weapon they have.
How many points is he worth?
McCaffrey is worth maybe 10 points a game.
And how many
but if they bottle him up, who's the wideouts again for?
You know what? I don't even know because all the wideouts they had last year.
Gabriel,
DJ Moore, I think. And,
DJ Moore, yeah.
DJ Moore and a bunch of rookies.
Curtis Samuel, is he still there?
Curtis Samuel. I don't even know.
You see, you don't know anybody there.
Yeah.
And they're just going to suffer because they're in a tough
And
division.
no Ron Rivera, too. Who's the head coach there now?
The guy they pulled from.
Yeah, I remember because he was supposed to go to the Giants too. Right. The Giants were trying to get him, right?
Correct. Wasn't he a special teams coach? No.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The guy from LSU, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the guy they had. It was on the coaching staff at LSU. Yes.
Right.
That's funny.
Okay, so
you know what? I'm all for Teddy Bridgewater,
I
but
can actually see them sweeping Carolina.
Yeah, I can see Tampa Bay sweeping them too. Yeah.
Okay. Next one up is at Denver. I think they win.
Jake Locker is
Drew Lock.
Sorry,
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock is a wild card because we don't know how good he can be. He came on strong at the end of last season, so he's a wild card. I still think they beat Denver. I still think they beat him.
Is it in Denver?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think they do.
That's one
all
place
they got to
Brady
do in
didn't
Denver
exactly
really is
like
shut
playing.
down Melvin Gordon. That's all they got to do. Really.
Melvin Gordon. Screw that guy.
You know he's gonna be stealing a lot of
hog,
runs from what's his name, Lindsey.
He's gonna steal points from Lindsey just like he
He's
stole
gonna
points
do
from
the Lindsey,
Eckler.
but he did the Eckler this
He's
year.
gonna do exactly what he is a plague in fantasy football.
Yes.
What do they call them?
Vultures.
Vultures.
Vultures. There you go. He's
Vultures.
the ultimate vulture, dude.
He's the ultimate.
All right. Then they come back home and play the Los Angeles Chargers.
At home, the Chargers have to make that trip across the country. I think they beat the Chargers.
Bill just put in Robbie Anderson signed with Carolina, so that's
Chargers never play well on the East Coast.
No, they don't play well on the East Coast, and plus they don't have Philip Rivers is in Indianapolis. Tyrod Taylor is right now is the quarterback.
Don't be making fun of Tyrod. Love me some Tyrod.
I knew that would get you, John.
I know. You know he's 4'2". Okay. You can't even see over Cole Beasley. Okay. But don't be dissing Tyrod. Okay.
So now they go.
They're gonna use their rookie.
They got the rookie from Oregon. Yes.
To play in Chicago. Week 5.
That's a win. Chicago's
just. I mean. I don't care if they've got. I don't care if they've got Foles. I don't give a shit. Chicago is just. Detroit and Chicago will be fighting for last place in that division. No.
Biggest flop of the year? That's a good question, Brett.
Biggest
All
flop
right,
of the
so
year.
the next game in Week 6 is at home against Green Bay.
I think Vegas will be a flop this year.
I think Vegas would be a flop as well. Yes, I think Vegas.
I think Tampa wins that one. Green
You
Bay.
think they lose to
Who
Green
was
Bay
it?
at home?
Green Bay? No, it's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa.
They
Tampa
won't.
win
They
that.
won't lose to Green Bay in Tampa. They won't lose because you know what?
No,
Aaron Rodgers may be the best quarterback now in the NFL.
but right now, Aaron Rodgers is kind of mentally a little.
He's pissed off. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Pissed off.
And
He gets a
they didn't
chip
go
on
get
his
him any
shoulder.
help.
He comes
They didn't go
alive.
get him any help at wide receiver.
They didn't give him any help. They drafted his replacement. They didn't. They drafted another running back, which they didn't need. Bless you, Bob.
Bless you.
Thank you.
At least
But they
Brett
swore.
Favre had some receivers.
Right? Okay.
All right, next up, they visit the Las Vegas Raiders.
No, that's a victory for the Bucks.
Win.
Yeah.
When
That's a win, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Then they go to play the New York Giants. That's
Win.
another
That's a win.
Win.
Okay.
Daniel Jones is
Now
overrated.
Now they're at home against the Saints, and obviously we call that a split. They lost
That'll be a win
first
for the
one.
Bucks.
Win for the
Okay.
Bucks, right?
All right.
Then at Carolina,
That's
I think
still a
we
win.
would agree that
Wow,
they-
have they got like 9 wins already?
look,
No.
the following week it'll be the Rams at home. They'll win that. That's a
Mhm.
10-game winning streak after
Wow.
losing opening game. They're 10-1 after week 11.
So they got an easy ass schedule.
No,
Well, the NFL set that up for
But
Brady.
in week 12, they lose to Kansas City.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
10
anybody's beating Kansas City this year.
10
Well, you know what?
and
In Kansas
look,
City, they play Kansas City in Tampa, but it doesn't matter because I think Mahomes just burns up
I
that.
think Kansas City wins that game. I'm just.
I think Kansas City goes 16-0 this year. That's
Brady
my dark
doesn't
horse.
intimidate. Brady doesn't intimidate
No.
Mahomes.
Who's going to beat them? Buffalo's
Okay,
like the
so
only.
now they go into the bye weeks.
Buffalo might beat
10-2, right?
Mhm.
Now,
They got Minnesota at home. That's a win because Minnesota doesn't play as well outdoors as they do in that dome.
true.
True.
Facts.
They'll be at Atlanta.
They lose that game in Atlanta. I think they lose that game in Atlanta. They don't play well in Atlanta. They hate that stadium. They can't stand the Mercedes Dome. They don't like it. No.
Jameis Winston hated that stadium.
Well, still, I don't care. The Buccaneers, something about that stadium has got something going in the head
you
of
got to
the.
understand that it's not just at the quarterback either. Tampa has improved as a whole.
Well, they had the defense really came on strong at the end of the season last year. I mean, they really played really well. Okay, now they've got Tampa Bay's added the two. I mean, the media darlings of the NFL have been Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady. Okay, and they don't have a running game. They don't have a running back. That's my problem.
Who?
The Bucks.
Tampa.
Sign Shady. Let's get it done.
Dude, Devontae Freeman is still out there.
No, he's not.
No,
Is he?
I think he's getting signed by Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he got
No,
signed by
Seattle
Seattle.
didn't sign him. Seattle
No?
signed what's his name? Carlos Hyde.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, Devontae. Dude, that's a backfill right there. Devontae Freeman, and then give it to Shady, too, for a little third down play and stuff. Man, there you go. Good to go.
I think there'll be moves made after.
I really think that
I think there's going to be
Jones
moves
and
made
Barber
once they get into training camp and once they get be able to work.
I think Jones and Barber could do enough with Tom Brady at the helm.
John, I don't trust Jones. I don't trust
He'll make them work.
I don't trust him. I
All
don't.
right. So anyway, they go to the Detroit Lions in Week 16,
That's a win.
And
and then they're at home against Atlanta again.
Atlanta coming to Tampa is another story. They'll win that game.
Poor
Okay, so
Detroit.
basically, you have them at 13-3.
I don't think they'll go that way.
We just
No.
went over it game by
I know.
game.
I know.
And I think we were all in agreement in pretty much all the games.
Call me a pessimist. It is what it is. I mean,
I don't see it.
the Bucks have broken my heart so many times since 2003. It's just I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Sorry.
exciting,
Not
man.
even the fact that they have Godwin, Evans,
No.
Gronk, and OJ Howard.
No.
Yeah, I think they can
I'm
go
not seeing
13-3, 14-2. I really do.
Not seeing it.
Well, this is the guy that said.
Well, you
Brady
didn't
was
see Tom Brady leave New
Division.
England either.
Yeah, you didn't see Tom Brady leave New England. But
Bucks don't even win that division.
I
The
still
Bucks
I don't
will
think
win.
the Bucks win
The
the
Bucks will. They might tie with New Orleans.
13-3. That I can still see the Saints going 14-2,
Well, yeah.
well, I don't think that would
There's
be.
no doubt in that.
or 13-3 and having the tiebreaker. Okay, because the
I
Saints are
don't
loaded.
see them both
Saints
going
are
13
freaking
and
loaded.
3.
Have the Bucks won a division since 2002?
I don't remember. Maybe once. They've had one
Hmm.
playoff appearance, I think, since the Super Bowl. I think one
Yeah.
playoff appearance since then. Gruden he destroyed that team after 2003. He destroyed that team for
Yep.
the 4 or 5 years he was there
Same
afterward.
way,
And
same
then
way destroying the Raiders.
and then ownership, just as far as head coaching hires and things of that nature, their decision making and head coaching has been terrible up until this point, until they got Bruce Arians. Because the head coaches, Lovie Smith, are you freaking kidding me? Seriously? It's been terrible. It's been terrible, And Dirk Cutter was just awful. So
Okay, so I have the Buffalo predictive schedule in front of me.
Oh, this will be fun. Let me throw the kid outside. I'm just joking. I'm not going to throw him. He just wanted to come on cam. Now he's leaving.
hey, how you doing, baby?
Okay, say bye.
Hey.
Bye. Okay. Bye. Okay. Go see mommy. Go. Run. Okay. Buffalo Bills. He just wanted a cameo appearance. That's it, Jen. Yeah.
There
No,
you
he's
go.
okay.
You want to
Buffalo.
let us know he's in the house.
Yeah.
Lamar Miller is available. He's not. I don't know if he's healthy or not. Clark, you brought up.
Lamar Miller has never been an impact player as far as I'm concerned.
No.
He's never been healthy
He's probably
either.
past his peak.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
His best years were in
Buffalo
Houston, where it weren't
at
really good.
home opening versus the New York Jets.
Win.
That's a
That's
win.
a win.
That's a win.
Then they go to play the Miami Dolphins in Miami.
Win.
Win.
Yeah, but who starts,
Oh,
Tua
my-
or
oh.
Fitz?
Home against the Rams.
It's
Home against who?
Rams.
Ooh,
Win.
that's a yeah. The Rams suck.
That's a win.
win.
Going to the Raiders.
Win.
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 At Tennessee.
Ooh.
Win.
Lose.
Oh.
That's not a lose.
At home
Did you see what
against-
happened last year?
Whoa. We are in disagreement on this one, sir. I beg to differ. I
Okay.
think Tennessee
you going with
wins that
Tennessee?
game.
You think Tennessee? What you mean? You mean the home game that will be in Tennessee, right? Because if you guys saw last year,
We did.
90% of the fans in Tennessee were Bills fans.
Can you say Music City Miracle Part 2?
Yeah, no. But yeah, cool, whatever. You guys want to call that a loss? Bull. I'll put money on. I'll put $50 right now. Let's go.
Okay, week 6. Now you're 5-0. Week 6. Kansas City Chiefs at home.
Oh, that's a loss.
Loss.
At home? Wait a
You didn't
minute.
even care when it was at home.
Is it in
Buffalo?
Kansas City or is it in Buffalo?
I
Is
think.
Okay.
it in Buffalo or
seven,
Kansas City?
It's in Buffalo. I think it's in
in week 7,
It's
rematch.
in Buffalo,
with the
they'll
Jets.
beat Kansas City.
No, they won't.
Week
John
7,
can hope and pray and just be
Yeah.
hopeful. I don't know.
Yes. Win.
What is it?
In week 7, the Jets
Oh, that's a win.
Win.
in New York.
Mm.
I don't care.
Okay, week 8, at home versus the Patriots.
That's a win.
Win.
All right, then in week 9, at home versus Seattle.
Ooh.
Is it
at
in
home.
Seattle? I think it's
No,
in
it's at
Buffalo,
home.
right?
It's in Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo because they played Seattle a couple years ago for like Monday or Sunday Night Football. Yeah, it's a win for Buffalo.
You know, I'm going to disagree with that
Me
one
too.
because
That's okay.
I think Russell Wilson is a
No.
great road quarterback.
I think Seattle
And
might.
he finds a way to get shit done on the road.
It's fine. If it was in Seattle, I would say Seattle. But it's just Buffalo.
Well, and you know what? That 12 man hasn't been that big of an impact lately.
No, the 12s have not because they've lost a lot of home games.
I think that diminished with the Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom leaving. Yeah, right.
Okay. Anyway, at the Arizona Cardinals in week 10.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's a
Ooh.
cool game.
Oh, that's a great game right there, baby.
Win.
Mhm.
Cardinals are going to be overrated.
Wow.
I don't know. That's a toss
I
up.
don't
It
see
can
it.
go either way. I'll give it to the home squad. I'll say Arizona just because.
I don't
Okay,
see it.
you got them at 7-3
Okay. Yeah.
at the bye week,
Cool.
which is week 11. The last 6 games, they're at home versus the Chargers. Win!
That's a win.
Win.
Okay, then you go to San Francisco.
Tyrod Taylor comes home.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor comes home. He'll get a standing O. I obviously the Niners. I think in San
Niners.
Francisco, and that's
In
like a
San
primetime game
Francisco.
too. That's a win for San Fran.
Yeah, it's a win for San Francisco.
Then at home versus the Steelers.
Ooh.
Win, big win.
Oh.
We'll even use their
Hey,
little.
Bob, what you got to say, man?
What's
You got
that?
anything to say on that?
Who, me?
No, Bob.
No, Bob.
He's like dispensing of the Steelers. No problem. That's a win.
Bob's not high on the Steelers this season. I can tell just by looking at him.
I
wouldn't
don't
be
know what to think of the Steelers. Neither does anybody else right now. They're probably they could go 3-13. They could go 13-3 very easily.
What is Roethlisberger's track record in
I
Buffalo?
think 3-13 is easier.
He hasn't played that much.
The Browns can only hope, Elliot. That's all I'm saying.
We
Okay,
usually
so
don't have to play them,
then you
but every
they
4
finish off the
years, but
season.
we usually beat them.
Finish off the season week 15 in Denver.
Ooh.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Week 16 in New England.
Win.
And week 17 against the Miami Dolphins at home.
Oh, God.
In Buffalo or
Yeah.
in
No,
Miami?
yeah, in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
That's a win.
All right, so you got them at 11-5.
That's what we thought. Then we talked about that, you know?
That's what
Yeah.
the prediction says.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one game that I'm flip flopping on is the Arizona game. I think that can go.
And
either
I
way.
flip flop with you on the Seattle game,
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
and he flip flop with you on the Tennessee game.
yeah, Tennessee. That you get see. You know how Bob said like Arizona's overrated. Tennessee is overrated as hell. Okay, they caught hot with a hot running back at the right time last year.
Derrick
That's
Henry's a
it.
beast. Henry's a beast.
They caught Nick,
but
they caught Nick Foles syndrome.
Ryan
I
Tannehill was just I don't know.
Okay,
Where,
and you're
where the
gonna
hell did that come from?
you're gonna start the year saying Ryan Tannehill is gonna like make you.
Hey,
No,
hey,
no.
you're good. You guys want to have some fun?
Yes, sir.
Let's look over the Patriots prediction.
Oh, hey, Brett, by the way, Bob, Brett says that Charlie Batch will be your savior this year.
Who? What I got to
From
do?
the
Call
announcer
Michael Vick
booth.
too?
In the announcer
call
booth.
Michael
Right,
Vick, too?
exactly.
He is.
Damn, yo,
He
I
is
think
our
Terry's
announcer.
itching to get. Hey, I think Terry's itching to get out of the booth.
Well, the Browns are hoping that
Nathan Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph is the quarterback when the Browns meet the Steelers the first time, because Mason Garrett is angry. He's got a chip on his shoulder. You think that Aaron Rodgers has a chip on his shoulder? Wait till Myles Garrett gets back on the field. Oh my God,
Dude, he'll be a perfect little angel. He ain't going after anybody, man.
And,
be the
before we
avenging
go over the
angel.
Patriots' predictive schedule,
7-9.
a little timeout for
Canada Dry. Here we go.
Sponsored.
Basically had a sponsor. There we go.
Sponsored by Eliot's Pocket
Now
Phone
word
at
from
Walmart
our
buying
sponsor.
Canada Dry. There you go.
All right, week 1 versus the Miami Dolphins.
Loss.
They're going to lose to Miami at home
Yep.
in week 1.
They'll beat Miami.
John's gonna make him go 0-7. He's gonna say you're gonna go 0-18. I know it. I can say 0-7.
Screw that team, screw that franchise, and screw all the fair weather fans.
Win that one,
0-16. John's predicting right now.
but it's going to be
Patriots
one
go
of few. It's going to be one of few victories for them. All right, next, well, at Seattle, week 2.
That's a loss.
That's a loss.
I think they get clobbered in that fucking
Yes, they
game.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
I
better
think
worry
that
about
might be
getting out
Hoyer's
alive.
last game of the season.
Yeah.
All right, then they play the Raiders at home.
Raiders.
Uh,
I'll give it to them.
I'm not hearing any
Took
confidence in the
some
Raiders.
games
so
by himself.
I
Remember.
think at that point they win. And, I think they win that game.
I think they would.
But you know what? The road gets really rough after that. They're going to go to Kansas City in week 4.
That's a loss.
Loss.
That's an L.
They're playing Denver in week 5.
In Denver or at home?
Doesn't matter. I don't think they can beat Denver
Loss.
this
That's
season.
an L.
I think Drew Lock is actually better than Brian Hoyer. So
Well, I gotta
that's
give
just
it
my
up.
opinion. But hey. Then they go on a bye week.
They'll lose that too.
They'll
And
lose
it
the bye
don't get
week
any
too.
better.
Yes.
And then don't get any better. They're at home against San Francisco.
Oh, that's gonna get ugly. That's gonna be ugly.
Welcome home, Jimmy G.
Then they go to Buffalo in week 8. Then they go to the Jets.
That's a win because the Jets are worse.
Yeah, you can't help
Jets are
it.
worse.
Then they're at home against the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
That's
gonna
a big
be
one.
really.
That's a big one, Bob.
That would get ugly and a half.
All right, so we got them 3-6 so far. At the Houston Texans. I think they win that. Houston's going to be in disarray this year.
Houston, I mean, O'Brien.
But-
is just-
but Deshaun is an X factor.
But he doesn't have Hopkins, and that was his X factor.
Well, who's the other guy? Well, other Will Fuller, but who's the other guy on the other side? Who'd they sign?
Kenny Stills?
Stills.
they
No,
signed
it wasn't
Kenny
still. They signed
Kiki Kuti?
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There's a barn burner for you.
Oh, yeah, there's a nice spring chicken for you.
Randall Cobb was the third receiver on Dallas last year. Give me a break. Sorry, Kenny, but
He was.
All right. Then they're at home against the Arizona Cardinals.
that's a loss.
They will lose to Arizona.
Then they go for a 2-week trip to Los Angeles to play the Chargers and the Rams.
They'll go 1-1. They'll lose the
They go
Chargers.
1-1, and
it'll beat the Rams that lose the
I
Chargers.
think it flip flops. It could be either or, but they'll go 1-1.
I actually think
They could beat both of them.
they'll beat both of them. They're gonna have so much fun in LA for those 2 weeks.
I get to play in the same stadium 2 weeks in a row. Go figure.
Actually,
I
what
helped
I'm
the
hearing
Bills
is-
out last year.
Actually,
Bills
what I'm
started
hearing
back
is
to
that
back in MetLife, man. It was great.
Actually, what I'm hearing is that the Chargers might be playing their games in Vegas in the first season
Oh God.
at Allegiant Stadium.
Are they saying that the stadium in Vegas is more ready for football than the one in LA is? Is that
Oh, dude, they got that thing up in
They
Vegas
got
too
that thing
sweet, man.
started. It was
That
started
went up
first.
quick. The Death Star.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're calling it the Death Star, which is
No, they're calling it the Roomba.
it's all black too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
perfect.
calling it the
fitting
Roomba.
because of the black hole.
like a
Because the
Vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Then they're at Miami.
They'll beat
Miami wins. That's a no.
Tua's going to start by then. I'll take Miami.
Yeah, and then they at home against Buffalo,
Loss.
and then on the road versus the
It
Jets.
better be a Patriot loss.
At home, I mean, on the road against the Jets, that might be a win because they might not be playing for anything by that point. They might be,
Okay,
you know,
so we got them at
Patriots might be
7-9.
looking for a draft pick at that point. So, you know,
We got them at 7-9.
which is what they predicted.
So it looks like they're pretty spot on at the moment. They had Tampa 14-2.
What?
And I'm not even going to bother looking at Jacksonville or Denver's schedule.
No.
As soon as the Browns schedule comes out and the Cowboys and stuff, I'll go
God.
ahead and go over those with you guys and the Steelers as well.
Steelers could go 6-10. Steelers could easily go 6-10. They could easily go 13-3.
Who?
The Steelers.
First you said 3-13, and now it's 6-10.
They're not. They Steelers have never gone 3-13.
Well, you know what, guys?
30
As
some
much
years.
as I hate to admit it, the X factor in that division is going to be the Bengals. How good is he going
Joe
to
Burrow.
is Joe Burrow going to beat? That's my question. Okay. The X factor in that division is going to be Joe Burrow, how good he goes. And did you see that Flacco signed with the Jets?
Yes.
Flacco and the Jets,
I know.
like Brett posted.
And Brett, no, he does not become the starter because they're all in on Sam Darnold in New York. They're not going to go. They're
Yeah.
not going to go with Joe Flacco.
He will be.
As much as
Army's in the house, guys. How you doing, Army?
What's up, Army?
Hey, Army.
What up, man?
Yeah, I know. Joe Flacco is not going to be the starter in New York because they're all in on Joe on
Sam Darnold.
yeah, Sam Darnold. They're all in on him. So I don't see Flacco starting again. And Denver was full on with Drew Lock, so that Flacco had no chance of starting in Denver when he was there. So it's I still don't think he's going to start. The Jets are going to be terrible. I mean, terrible, as Charles Barkley would say.
Terrible.
So yeah, I mean it's
That's just terrible.
yeah. And Peyton
It was terrible.
just stuck one 3 feet from the pin on a par 3. Holy cow! Good Lord. So
Like a Tony Romo show.
Top 10 quarterbacks for the upcoming season. What you got? I
well,
got a list in front of me.
top 10 quarterbacks in the. I think Aaron Rodgers is number one. I don't think Brady's number one this year. I think Aaron Rodgers is. Again,
This
because
poll
Aaron
has-
Rodgers will be
this
playing
poll-
Patrick
on
Mahomes
his
is number
shoulder.
one.
This one has Aaron Rodgers at number 8.
What?
Yep.
Where is this? Where is this from? Roto
Patrick Mahomes.
It's in the entire league, or is
Yeah.
it just the conference, NFC?
The
The
league.
entire league for
Entire
2020.
league?
Well, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
one.
Mahomes.
Well, Mahomes is
number
one.
one.
Sorry, yeah,
Mahomes
Mahomes
is
is
one.
one.
Lamar
Who's number
Jackson 2.
Yeah.
No, but
Russell Wilson,
Mahomes is 1, right?
Russell Wilson, number 2.
Russell Wilson. So
Lamar
3.
Jackson 3.
Okay, that makes more sense. I think. Yes.
I think,
At number 4, Tom Brady.
People seem to forget this guy's 43 years old, man.
Quit teasing.
Like, I
me
mean,
with it. Just quit doing that. would you?
or it'll be Drew Brees.
He hasn't been dependent on his physicality for years.
yeah.
In Tampa, he'll be.
Yeah, but he's with the quarterback whisperer. He's not with Belichick anymore. So you know what Arians is going to do? Draft up some kind of running play for Tom Brady. We're going to get him to go 20 yards every down.
Tom Brady gets tired after 10. You know, it's not going to happen.
At number 5, and you could probably flip-flop these two, is Drew Brees.
I think Breeze is 4 and Brady's further down the
I'm
list.
just saying, it's quite conceivable you can flip-flop them. You can't. It's not an argument either way, I don't think, between 4 and 5. Now, if it was a separation, I'd have a problem with it. But you can flip that coin either
You know
way.
what? That's going to be the most intriguing matchup in the NFL this year.
Two times.
Brady
Two
versus Breeze twice. That
Mhm.
division is going to be – it's probably the best division in football right now as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what anybody says. Because of the 4 quarterbacks in that division, that's all it is. Because they got – I mean, Bridgewater has the skills to be all pro, quite possibly, you know, if he can get it back. The potential for Bridgewater is through the ceiling. I mean, just and you know, you got 3 former MVPs in the other 3 teams. I mean, it's just – good Lord. It's just that division is going to be sick. Going to be sick. I mean, 10-6 can win that division this year. It's going to be so close.
But you're trying to
Depends
tell me
because Carolina is going to probably
division are winning 13
Carolina's
games.
going to give up a lot of wins to these 2 teams.
I think they will too, but I mean, no, Armando, the top offense will not be the Cowboys. It will be the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you very much. Defense, yeah, I agree with the 49ers being the top defense. That's what Armando says.
Hey, you know what? I just happen to have the top 10 offenses. We'll cover that in a minute.
Okay.
At number 6, Dak Prescott.
They put Dak over Aaron Rodgers. Are you freaking kidding me? That's wrong.
No,
That's
I think
wrong.
so.
No, because Dak hasn't even signed it. He hasn't signed his franchise tag. He
He
turned down
it down.
He turned down $140 million.
He turned down $31 million.
It was 140 total.
Now,
Yeah.
understand that this
35
ball
actually,
has nothing to
35
do
Year.
with his contract situation, this, that, or the other. It's basically a prediction on his stats and his success so far.
No. Even
Going into this season.
even the cowboy on our panel just disagrees with that. I mean, no.
Okay, I get it. I'm not arguing that he's not.
No.
That he should be number 6. Number 7, this guy should probably be number 6, is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Aaron should be 7, yes.
Aaron should be 7.
Yes.
Dak should be
Aaron
dropping
should be
down
6.
to about 8. And then there's Matt Ryan.
I would have Aaron 6, Dak 7, and Deshaun Watson 8.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit of homer there, but that's all right.
So Aaron Rodgers jumps
No,
over
actually-
Watson and Prescott.
The only reason I said that's because Watson lost all of his weapons.
He lost his weapons.
And for that, Watson might be ahead of him, but not without all of his weapons.
At number 9 is Matt Ryan.
Is Matt Ryan on his way out?
No, I don't think
No, I
Matt
think
Ryan
he's
is
good.
not the problem in Atlanta. Matt Ryan is
No.
not the problem in Atlanta.
I mean, he's solid.
Plus he's got Gurley now, so that might help him out.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan is not going to be your number 1 quarterback, but he's still a top 10 quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get it.
What I'm wondering
And
is,
he
has
is
he ever,
consistently top 10 quarterback.
has Matt
Oh,
Ryan
I
really
get
ever recovered from that flop in the Super Bowl?
No,
No,
they're
I
still-
don't think
they
I don't
still
think
got
the I don't think the head coach has recovered from the
That hang-
Super Bowl.
No, because he did the same. I don't think the offensive coordinator has recovered either.
He did the
'cause
same
did
thing last year
in the
too, yeah.
Super Bowl
Yeah.
this year.
Who's
All right,
10?
and at number 10, and I think this guy could actually be ahead of a couple of these guys, Kyler Murray.
Second season.
He just because he's got Hopkins now, I guess. But he was flinging.
Well,
a
if you look at Hopkins and if Kenyon Drake repeats anything of what he did this past season, you know, they got
If Kyler
Fitzgerald.
Murray were about 4 inches taller, he would be unbelievable.
Yes.
He would. But then again, Doug Flutie would have been too.
Don't be knocking Doug Flutie. John's in the room. Don't be knocking Doug Flutie. He loves
I'm just
him.
Hey, man.
saying, Doug Flutie
Doug-
would have been even better than he was if he was 4 inches taller.
I'm
Absolutely.
losing some Doug Flutie
was,
now.
dude, man. Doug was.
there would have been no Music City Miracle had Doug Flutie.
No, let's just stop right there. Let's just stop because that was
We
my
had to
biggest
put
rant before that.
Rob piece
Rob
of crap
freaking Johnson.
back.
I
Rob
don't know
freaking
why.
Johnson.
Again, I'm just a dumb Canadian that keeps 3 downs in our football league. But when you have Doug Flutie,
Who is
And
winning
you put in
football
Rob
for
Johnson.
you?
whatever. Anyways,
Yes,
I would.
John. We were all
They
in
still
agreement
let
that
Flutie in.
if Flutie had been the quarterback in that game, they would not have lost that game.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
I agree.
oh, I know. If Norwood would have not kicked it a certain direction, we would have won a Super Bowl too. But thus is the Buffalo Bills.
And they never recovered from that either because they got spanked in the next 3 Super Bowls.
They did. That's true, right? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't even close. And,
They weren't even in the games in those Super Bowls.
no, we ran into frickin' Emmett Smith. That's what we ran into.
and
And Michael Irvin and
No,
Troy
and-
Irvin
yeah.
and them guys.
and the Redskins.
Nothing
Remember the quarterback of the Redskins?
Redskins.
You know, he won-
Okay, so getting back to the conversation of best offenses for 2021.
these are predictions, right, Eliot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Kansas
And
City.
number 1, I think we all can agree.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Don't hate me, Arnie. Don't hate me
Noted.
because it's not
Yeah.
you're wrong. Arnie thinks. I mean Arnie, but Armando and our Army thinks it's going to be Dallas as the number 1 offense in the NFL. It's not going to happen.
Ooh,
No.
they're in the okay, we'll get to that. Kansas City will have the number 1 offense only because they went out and had a pretty good draft,
They did. Yes.
and they drafted last.
Yes.
Okay, so watch out, Kansas
I mean,
City's
Bill
gonna be-
Clarkey
I
brings
think
up
they
the
might be
Edwards
slightly
Helaire,
better this year.
and Clarkey even says adding Edwards Hilaire just isn't fair.
No, that guy, dude, the way I seen that guy run at LSU.
Yeah.
I seen that one game where he freaking scored what 6 touchdowns or something like that.
Yes.
The kid is amazing, and
Yes.
he has like Barry Sanders type moves too.
Agreed.
You know, he gets out of a lot of situations that most normal
Alabama was
quarterbacks don't.
stacking the box on him. He still ran through them.
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, Kansas City actually got better after winning a Super Bowl. Number 2,
New Orleans Saints.
no,
Orland.
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, God.
My ass.
Mm.
I'm okay with that.
On that one.
But then again, I'm not in the freaking AFC North with these jackholes who won't like admit that, like
No.
Lamar Jackson's pretty damn good.
He is. I agree.
He is.
I don't buy the Ravens being number 2 offense. I don't buy it. I mean, Lamar Jackson may throw for 1,500 yards. He may run for 1,000. They're not going to be the number 1 offense, number 2 offense, I don't think.
It's almost a one-man game.
They had points per game last season 33.2. That was first. Running touchdowns 21. That was second. Passing touchdowns 37. That was first. 37 from a guy that can't throw. Supposedly. Okay.
They had 21 rushing touchdowns, but how many of those were Lamar Jackson's?
Well,
Ingram
doesn't
got
matter
him.
who it comes from. It's part of the rushing game.
Yeah, Mark Ingram had a good season last year. He did.
Nobody said that about Michael Vick and his running backs.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, total yards per game, second in the league, 407.
Mm.
Rush yards per game, 206, first in the league. Again, Lamar Jackson has a lot to do with that. But Mark Ingram had a pretty good year, too.
Yep.
Passing yards per game, that was their weakness. They were 27th at 201 yards.
Well, because they counted so much on the run, and not just Mark Ingram, but Lamar Jackson. That was their running game was the 1-2 punch of Jackson and Ingram. Okay, if teams can stop Jackson from running, they're not going to be as effective and as potent.
All right.
You know, they had to come up with a game plan for Lamar Jackson.
I think you can make the argument either way with Baltimore and
Welcome
Marlins.
back, Bob.
It's another one of those you can flip those two and not be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, these things are not being right or wrong. It's about what everybody thinks and feels can happen. All right. At number 3 is New Orleans.
Yeah. No argument there. There could be 2 or 3. You can flip flop them.
At number 4 is Dallas.
There you go, Army.
You get number 4. You get number 1. You get number 1 behind Kansas City, Baltimore, and New Orleans.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. I'll take that.
Especially with all the dissension they got going on with these Dak contract talks. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What if they have to depend on Andy Dalton? I don't know how that's going to work out.
You know what, though? Andy Dalton, I mean, as much as Andy Dalton struggled in Cincinnati, it wasn't all his fault. It was coaching staffs. I mean, he was under Marvin Lewis for how many years?
Look, the organization is working.
He was solid.
Andy Dalton was solid. I mean, if you give him the Cowboys offense, he could be great. He could be just as good as Dak, just as effective.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a good argument. That would be a good argument for them to be the number 4 offense because they have a backup quarterback that could come in and make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One of the better backup quarterbacks in the league.
Right.
At number 5 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Because of the weapons, I can see that. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, Brady is Brady. As long as they can protect him, he doesn't have to run, doesn't have to get out of the pocket, and he's obviously more accurate and more smart with the football than Jameis ever was. And Jameis put up 3,000 yards passing last year, so it's who knows.
Yeah. All right, at number 6 is the San Francisco 49ers.
What? I don't buy that. Bob, your phone's going off. I can hear it in the background.
Yep, I know.
It's quite the ringtone you got.
I know, right?
Number 6. I think San Francisco just kind of leveled out. They might have gotten a couple of good picks in the draft, especially the defensive guy whose dad passed off the couch.
Right.
He got picked in the first round. So, I mean, I definitely think you can make a case for them being ahead of number 7, which is the Cleveland Browns.
They're taking the Browns as number 7 offense.
Number 7 offense.
Nah.
Dude, the Browns got some weapons, and if Odell can get off his schneid.
They picked up some weapons in the offseason.
They picked up some weapons in the offseason.
You got Hooper, and it's just.
You had Baker Mayfield as your quarterback.
The only problem with Cleveland, yeah, he'll throw a bunch of interceptions. He'll win some games, but the only problem is that Cleveland still has to worry about what is their defense going to put out.
That's my concern is the defense. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because bottom line is Baker Mayfield's going to get to throw a lot if they're going to be playing from behind.
Well, they've actually got a solid offensive line now too. So with the draft pick, Wills, Wills is going to move Wills to left tackle, and Baker's going to have some protection. So if Baker has some protection as opposed to running for his life like he did all last season, it's good. He'll be more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
My concern, as Eliot brought up, is going to be the defense and how much they're going to give up as opposed to how much they're going to score. That's my concern.
There's nothing wrong with their end, but it's the middle, the tackles that I would be concerned about.
Yeah.
Number 8, Green Bay Packers.
They don't have any weapons. That's my concern. I mean, they got Devontae Adams, but that's it.
No, I got Aaron Jones.
They got Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They'll run.
And he's a good back out of the receiving back out of the backfield too.
Right.
Freaking amazing.
Yes.
I'm a big fan.
I can see them at number 8 because, I mean, number 8, really, that's not anything elite. but it's enough to keep you in games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm okay with it at 8.
Number 9, Atlanta.
Atlanta's always got a high-scoring offense,
They'll
They
but
always
yeah.
score.
they also give up a lot of points on their defense.
Mhm.
That's the whole thing. When you're at the bottom of this list, it's because you're notorious for giving up points.
Correct.
You know
They
what I'm
offer
saying?
a big linebacker too.
And at number 10, and I'm sure Old Man Rivers has something to do with this, is the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh my God, no. No.
You only have T.Y. Hilton in your receiving core, and Rivers.
Not even, dude. There'll be a bottom 5.
And you got Rivers throwing 3/4 sidearm all the time, the way he's been playing for the last 15 years. No, I don't buy that.
No.
I don't buy it. No.
Hi, Cherry.
All right, let me see what argument they're making for that. Now listen up. The Colts are no joke next season. You can question whether Phillip Rivers has much left in the tank, but the reality is that he is a big upgrade from Jacoby Brissett.
Well, yeah, that I agree.
Unlike his time with the Chargers, Rivers has the luxury of being behind one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, complemented by their overpowering run game.
Who's their running back?
They got 3 of them. I don't remember their names off.
Guy
the top of my head.
from Wisconsin.
Oh, they drafted the kid from Wisconsin. That's right.
Yeah,
they did.
drafted the kid from Wisconsin too.
Yes,
so.
they did. Yes, you're right.
And Marlon Mack, who's
Marlon
not
Mack. That's what I was
Marlon
thinking
Mack.
about.
Marlon Mack, there you
Marlon
go.
Mack, yeah.
And there's still another one in there. I forget.
third down
Naheem
guy.
Hines?
What's that?
Naheem Hines?
Yeah, Hines.
Okay, so they got a pretty stacked backfield. Their wide receivers were inconsistent last season, to say the least. But T.Y. Hilton looks to return to full health. They also added the massive frame of Michael Pittman, along with speedster Paris Campbell, looking to improve on a mediocre rookie season. Trey Burton was added to the tight end core from Chicago.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
This will be the Jack Doyle show in Indianapolis.
Yes.
And when it's all said and done, there's too much talent behind this overpower of an offensive line not to be top 10. If Rivers can't do that, then I'll be the one to say his career is coming to an end.
Well, John's a big fan of the head coach, so it's
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Let's go, Frankie.
And
Yeah, you know what? I like Frank.
I like Frank too. I do.
Yeah. Frank orchestrated one of the best comebacks in
NFL
playoffs.
history.
You're welcome.
And college football history, too.
Listen, are we going to do top defenses next or no?
They have
Okay, if we're not, then let me rant because I'm going to stick my nasty Western New York self right now and say that the Buffalo Bills will be a top 10 offense this year. I said it. Top 10
I kept
offense.
wondering where they were going to be.
Stephon Diggs,
It's the X factor, man. I'm telling you, it opens up the offense, and
John Brown.
Josh has progressed every season.
Yep.
Okay.
Josh Allen had a good
Shall
season last year.
receive.
Josh Allen had a good season last year. It's not bad for a second year. I mean, now it's his third year. Let's see what he can do
With weapons.
with weapons. He's got a running game. He's got wideouts. Cole Beasley's in the slot.
The tight end. He's got the offensive line is great.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with the O line. It's the if Dawson Knox can turn that, just get to that.
That
level.
list is all about not giving Buffalo any freaking respect. I'm sorry.
It won't. It
No.
never does, and that's okay. Buffalo actually, Bills fans actually like that shit. Like we feed off it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Because they've been getting it for the last 30 years.
Yeah, but but see, this is the thing. If Eliot finds like a top 10 defense ranking, we're
I'm
right
looking.
there with San Fran, man. Like we're 2-3, guaranteed. Like our defense is off the chains good. So that's me.
He's
Just
not
me.
gonna. He's gonna try and find it now.
He's trying.
While he's searching, I'll be right back.
He's looking.
While he's searching.
He's gonna mute himself. I am gonna shut off the recording though because this
Yeah,
is
the
going.
defensive one is not out for the source I was using just now, but I do have another one. Hang on.
It's a whole new world. All right, all right, all right, all right. Dude, as soon as Scott leaves, everybody's
Okay,
quiet.
at number 10, or you want to start from 1?
Don't matter. Whatever.
Number 10, Denver Broncos.
No, start from 1, man. Do 1. Yeah.
At number 1, it'll be the Baltimore Ravens
For defense.
for defense.
Yes.
Better than San Fran?
Yes.
San Fran is number 2.
And then Buffalo 3.
Right.
I would put San Fran 1, Buffalo 2, Baltimore 3. But 3 and 2 could flip-flop. And I'm just
Wait a
putting 2
minute.
because I'm a
Buffalo.
They're
homer.
saying that the Baltimore Ravens are going to be the number 1 defense and number 2 offense.
They got a good defense, man.
They do.
They got a good
They
defense.
always have.
They've always had. Yeah, it's
They're going to have
John
Chip Kelly
Harbaugh.
for sure, too.
John Harbaugh has made sure that team has had tremendous defenses pretty much every season.
all right. So
So-
Scott, we're doing top 10 defenses
Except
now.
for
Number
Earl
1.
Thomas getting held at gunpoint by his wife, I think they're going to be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, John Harbaugh has always made defense number 1 in his system, and they've always had a great defense. I'm not gonna deny that.
But
So
You know how much?
this is
You know
the
how
same
much
thing
depth?
that-
You know how much depth they have in their secondary?
I don't.
Jimmy Smith is the 3rd best corner.
Oh, Jesus God.
Jimmy Smith's like all pro material, dude. And I tell you what, you can't go wrong again flip-flopping the Niners and the Ravens.
Yeah. Real quick, Arnie, or Ken, Army
Yes.
wants to know how you're doing.
I'm fine.
Good.
Hot, but fine.
Fine.
Now,
Welder in there.
John, you're not sitting down, are you? You're standing up.
No, I'm here. Yeah.
At number 3,
How are you doing,
New
Army?
England Patriots.
New England Patriots
The New
number
England
3.
Patriots. Okay. Yeah.
Did their defense even change over last year, though? They had a good defense last year.
Dude, let me go show you some tape of what John Brown did to their star corner, okay, last year, okay? When freaking Stephon Gilmore was like, we're going this way. No, he went that way. Oh, bye-bye. Like, no. Patriots are crap. Anyways, yeah. They put the Patriots above the Bills.
think the Patriots' problem is not going to be the defense. It's going to be the offense.
Yeah, it's going to be the offense.
Plain and simple.
Brian
the defense
Hoyer
will
and
keep them in games a little bit, but the offense ain't going to.
Stidham and Hoyer are not the answer at quarterback.
Nope.
And
At number
Stephon Gilmore is
4,
not the answer at corner.
their
either.
whole team, what they have left, end up with 16 draft picks and trade all of them for Trevor Lawrence.
Real quick before you go, Brett Murphy wants to know who's a better defensive mind, Harbaugh or Dungy. Let me tell you something. I can tell you from experience. Tony Dungy was not the defensive brain behind that defense in Tampa. It was Monty Kiffin.
Kiffin.
Okay, Dungy was not the brains behind that defense. It was Monty Kiffin. John Harbaugh is a much better defensive mind than Tony Dungy was.
You want to talk about defensive mind?
But you got to remember,
the defensive mind.
Right.
before that, though, Tony Dungy was a very good defensive mind, too.
He was. I'm not saying he's not a good defensive
But he
mind.
was a better head coach than he was.
He was a better head coach, but because of his organizational skills, that's why he was such a good head coach. Because he can get all the pieces into place and let the guys that are supposed to do what they're supposed to do it. Indy didn't have a great defense going to the Super Bowl. They didn't. Okay, it was all Peyton Manning in that offense, and that was Tom what's-his-face that was in Indy for all those years as the offensive coordinator that got Dungy over the hump. The reason why Dungy couldn't win in Tampa is because he kept picking bad people as his offensive coordinator. Mike Shula, are you freaking kidding me? I'm just saying.
At number 4, that would be 4. The Buffalo Bills.
There you go, John. There you go. They chose the Bills below the Patriots as far as defense is concerned.
We'll see.
I think the question there is the losses of Shaq Lawson and Lorenzo Alexander on the defense.
Lorenzo was old,
Kinda
so they got
weakened
Espinoza or whatever the kid's
They
name
got
is,
Epinesa and they got Mario Edison.
and they got Edison, but
And they got
they
Oliver. They also picked up Josh Norman. So
they replaced it, and there's a lot of rookies and young guys that have got to prove it. Like Lorenzo, dude, they actually interviewed him, and he said, if McDermott calls me up and they need me, I'll play again. That's what Alexander said in an interview this week. So
Bill's got Josh Norman.
what's that?
Bill's got Josh Norman.
Josh Norman's our other corner, dude.
No shit.
Signed as a 1-year deal, man. I mean, what happens if he gets back to form?
Well, he's a
Right.
leash
Again,
too,
but
so
with all those questions, this is probably why they're at number 4.
But I don't know
They
this
would probably
question.
be ranked higher had they not lost Shaq Lawson, let's say.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
Shaq Lawson was
the
decent and
unknown.
he came
It's
on
the unknown.
strong at the end of the year, but he was never an X factor in a game. Like
right.
never.
Oh, and by the way, they also had Tre'Davious White. So
Well, dude, I mean, to me, the best corner in the game, but I mean, I'm very Homer based here.
Right.
You know, people
Okay.
say it's Stephon, but Stephon's a joke. Anyways,
at
I'm
number
okay with
5,
it. It's fine.
New Orleans, the Saints.
The 5?
Number 5.
It's fun. It's amazing what a couple of years change. Huh? Remember a couple of years ago with the defense of the Saints was non-existent.
Well, once they got rid of fucking
Yeah.
Ryan, he was a waste of
I mean,
fucking time.
All franchises seem to do better, except for the Jets when they get rid of any
Rob
Ryan.
Ryan,
brothers,
Yeah.
right? Jeez.
I think the Saints have been improving on defense a lot, but they just had some bad breaks over the years.
Well, yeah. Look at Minnesota, the Rams. I mean, bad calls, and then the Minneapolis Miracle.
A bad no call and
the Minneapolis
and a
Miracle.
missed tackle, a totally missed tackle
Yep.
gave them early exit.
Both of those teams could have gone to the Super Bowl in both years and possibly won both of them. I mean, that's how good they were.
Number 6.
John Payton, God love him, but he's just been the receiver of bad luck the last few years.
At number 6, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What? What?
Make that argument, Bob.
Steelers defense is 6.
Yeah.
They're
They are
returning
really
10.
they are
they're
really
returning-
good.
They're
It's just
returning 10
Fitzpatrick.
out
That's
of
the
11
only
starters.
Oh, it's
They're returning
Minka.
10 of 11 starters.
Minka, man.
It's Minka. I mean, Minka makes that whole
It
defense.
really is.
He's the general.
They
of that
also
defense.
brought in Chris Wormley to replace Javon Hargrave.
Yeah, I mean, Minka is the second coming of
Troy.
Troy Polamalu.
He's the
Troy.
second coming of Troy Polamalu, is what he is.
Yes.
And he's
I thought it was a great
When
trade.
They traded for him.
It was a great trade with Miami.
I thought it was a great trade. People
Yeah, it
were
was. It was a
smacking it.
great
I was
trade.
like, that's a top freaking defensive back there.
Yeah.
Like, come
I mean,
on, man.
And I was fine whenever they made that trade.
Oh, the whole NFL was like, wow,
You
what
were.
a deal for Pittsburgh. The whole league was like that.
I mean, you don't find 6'3" lockdown safeties that can take away half the field.
Right.
No.
I mean,
They're in their prime.
Minka is the leader of that defense, and he's going to be the one. I mean, probably calling.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I just,
Yeah.
I
I don't know about overall 6. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to. It's May, so I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, Minka made a big. I mean, the Steelers' record. I mean, after they got Minka last year was just brilliant, and they did it without without their top quarterback. They had piecemeal
Oh,
quarterbacks.
that's it, Bill. Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
More so than quarterback. They
Again,
had nothing on
T.J.
offense.
Watt, very good. Bill Clark, he makes a good idea. T.J. Watt has been a force on the defensive line too. So
And that's what's gonna. You know what? They got him as a potential DPOY.
yeah,
Defensive player
and they
of
got
the year.
the Watt brothers are on the same. They got the Watt brothers in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
So I mean, Steelers are always going to rank top 10
JJ.
in defense.
Well, Tomlin's modus operandi has always been a top 10 defense. I think he's a defensive minded coach. All the Pittsburgh coaches have been defensive minded. We go back to Chuck Noll and Coach Cowher and now Tomlin. They're all defensive minded coaches, and the Steelers' defense has always been good. Even in the 80s when they sucked, the defense was good. So I mean, it is what it is.
Number 7, Chicago Bears.
That's yeah. I mean,
Oh, they got Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, Eddie Jackson.
the
And
Mac
they added
effect is
Jalen
why they're going to
Johnson.
be so
They
good.
added Jalen Johnson in the draft, and they also got Robert Quinn.
Yeah, and Mac is the one reason why that defense is so good.
That's 7 or 8. It's 8, right?
Hey,
7.
Like you,
Seven.
like this is why I think this is the difference with the offense. When you get to the bottom of the list here, it's because the offense is going to be so shite
Yeah.
that they're going to be they're going to have to defend the ball a bunch of the games, and that's why I think Chicago makes the list.
Thanks, Brett. I love you.
Yeah,
And because their defense is 1,000 times better than their offense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just remember, they drafted. Was it second overall?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got their prized possession there.
Yeah. And let me ask you this: Is Jim McMahon the reason they won the Super Bowl back in '85? No, it was the defense.
That was all.
That was all defense. It was all Singletary.
Just like Trent Dilfer didn't
Trent
win.
Dilfer and the Ravens, right? Back in 2000. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Thanks for that harsh memory, Elliot. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Fuck you.
And number 8, the Rams.
Well, and that's Aaron Donald.
Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
Correct. Yeah.
Did you see Aaron Donald training with like a guy trying to stab him with knives?
What?
Did you see that?
No.
That's how
Yeah,
he
that's what he's training. This guy had a protective vest on and he had knives and he came at him and Aaron Donald's like doing this with the hands and get away. And I was like, dude's on another level, man.
Aaron Donald's on low level than brain too. I mean, he's the best defensive lineman in the league.
Hands down.
Hands
Like,
down. And yes, that makes him better than Myles Garrett. But Garrett's a close second, third. But still.
Yeah.
I hate to live in the difference.
Yeah, right?
And number 9, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Well, their defense was good last year. I could see that. I mean,
Well, shit, they got Casey Hayward, Desmond King, Derwin James, Joey Bosa,
Joey Bosa's a
Melvin
difference
Ingram,
maker.
Linval Joseph, who they got from Minnesota. They got Denzel Perryman, Justin Jones. They're stacked on defense.
Yeah, but I say it's because Tyrod Taylor is 4'1" and will be throwing interceptions. So defense has got to defend.
Right.
They're going to be on the field the majority of the time.
They're not going to give up many points, but they're not going to score many either. So
I'm just
And I had already said number 10 at the beginning, which was the Denver Broncos.
Denver.
well, that's I don't disagree with that. Denver's had a good defense for years, but the problem is Denver's an interesting team, guys, because Drew Lock is the X factor on that team. If he can perform like he did last year towards the end of the season, he's got the weapons on as far as receivers and running backs are concerned. He's got the weapons. It's going to be, can he perform? And then again, he had a great end of his rookie season. The Broncos and John Elway are all in on him, but Elway's such a great reader of talent over the years.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, his drafts have been questionable. Drew Lock was a good pickup. But I don't know. I mean, Drew Lock is the X factor, and he's the unknown thing in Denver. So, I mean, but their defense is never in question.
I can't. All right, so now we're going to do top 10 running backs going into
Running backs.
2021.
Oh, boy. John's going to love this one.
Actually, you know what? No, we're going to do NFL top 10 best running backs in NFL history.
We can do that.
Excuse me.
Let's start with 10 and go down, Elliot, please. Go backwards.
Go up, you mean.
10 and go. Okay, so
Go from 10 to 1. Don't go 1 to 10. Go 10 to 1.
Descending order.
Correct.
I get it. I took math one time.
I'm a high school graduate.
Or was that geometry?
No, geometry was my worst subject.
All right, and number 10.
We both.
At number 10, Marcus Allen.
Loved him.
Okay.
I was a
OJ's
fan
best
of his
friend.
brother in the
Can't wait to see 9 through 1, huh?
OJ's
Marcus
brother.
Allen is 10.
OJ's brother-in-law. Go ahead. Anyway.
At number 9, actually, guess what? O.J. Simpson.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Orenthal. Hell yeah.
Oh, you know, he's
Pride of the Buffalo
he's just as
Bills.
stupid on Twitter as he was in real life, but that's
Oh, don't you hate on him, man.
oh God. I know you're a Bills fan. You love you some OJ as far as
Love me some
Dude, I love the Bills when they had O.J. Simpson.
But my buddy who just shared this video, okay, he used to walk around when we were growing up with an old school OJ. This is when all the murder stuff was going on. He would rock his O.J. Simpson jersey everywhere. It was like his prized possession. It was anyways. Yes, OJ, number 9. Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner, USC. Single season rushing leader of all time before Eric Dickerson, but okay.
Hey, Scott, are you reading my list? Number 8 is Eric Dickerson. Yep, for sure.
Love me some Eric Dickerson. I love him.
I did too.
I saw him play in '88 against the Browns in
Oh, he
Manipula
was
in the
great,
old
dude.
Union Stadium.
Dude,
was
when he
amazing.
came at you with that wiggle, with the
I saw
fucking
him
black
play-
and
I saw
cobble
him-
oil.
I loved me some Eric Dickerson.
I
when was
saw
a
him
kid.
actually play when he was with the Colts. He played the Browns in 1988 on a Monday night. My dad and I went to that game, and the Browns won, but Dickerson had a big run for a touchdown in that game, and I was just like a gasp because he was just so elusive and so good.
He was
Um,
loosey-goosey, was he?
Yes, he was. But yeah, I mean, I got all the respect for Eric Dickerson and his goggles.
Big props to Eric Dickerson
Yes.
at number 8. At number 7,
In college.
all day, Adrian Peterson.
AP.
AP.
Number 8, really?
Actually, he was AD, if you guys remember.
AD for all day, right?
All day, yeah.
I think
They
it's
just-
too early. I think it's too soon to put him in the top 10. I think it's just too soon.
Why?
But just imagine what the other ones are going to be.
Yeah, I know, but
This is
But
7
I
or
think-
8? This is 7.
Number 7.
So
I think he's shown himself.
wouldn't-
for a
I
career.
wouldn't have a problem having Peterson at 10.
I wouldn't either. The other guy should be above him, man. I don't agree with that ranking. I
We'll
don't,
see who's above
Yeah.
him first before we.
At number 6, Marshall Falk.
Marshall was good.
Marshall.
Yep.
Well,
Big part of
that's all
that. Big
around.
part of the
Greatest
fastest-
show on turf.
Okay.
greatest show on turf. Yes.
We got our
He also
first,
was in Indianapolis. Don't forget, he started his career in Indianapolis.
we got our first honorable mention.
Eric Dickerson.
Honorable
Ranked
mention.
number 16 by the fans. Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis. Oh God, get out of here. His career was too short. Get out of here.
Way short.
Way too short. I mean, he's
I
in the
know
Hall
it.
of Fame, but
You
still.
know
get
what,
out of
though?
here.
But he won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, even when during one he had a migraine. Give me a break. Get out of here. He was a decoy in one of those games. And you know what? He wasn't the reason they won. It was John Elway in that offense. Come on, give me a break. I'm not a big fan of Terrell Davis. I think he's overrated, to be honest with you.
You're just mad because of the drive, dude. Come on. Now.
No. This was after the drive. Okay, this was
You're still
this was
bitter.
15 years
You're
after the
still
drive.
bitter
Get out of
from
here.
Kevin Mack fumbling at the goal.
No.
Yes.
Terrell Davis, I think, is the most overrated Hall of Famer in the history of the
Yeah,
NFL.
but he didn't fumble at the goal line.
Well, Kevin Mack's not in the Hall of Fame either, so go there. Okay, I'm just saying.
All right, number 5, the other LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yes, LT was phenomenal. He didn't get a ring, but that's okay. He had a great career.
Oh, a nice guy, too.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
his Hall of Fame speech is legendary.
At number
I
4,
actually met him.
number 22, Emmett Smith.
Number 4.
Number
I would've
4.
put him-
Wow,
Number 4.
wow.
Man, I would put him
All
higher.
time
That's
leading
harsh.
rusher in NFL history is number 4.
That's harsh on Emmett Smith. Oh my God.
I would have put him and Barry Sanders 1-2, and you could have flip flopped. But
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
I'm a homer, as you can see.
Yeah, and
But-
he's still and
I'm
he
a
better
Hawkeye
still be
on the
coming
banner.
up on this list along with Barry Sanders
Walter Payton.
and
Well, let him
Walter
finish the
Payton.
list first, Bob. Let him finish the list. Because that's,
At number 3,
yes.
fucking Scott did it again. Walter Payton.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so who's 2 now?
Well, I know there's only 2 left, and I know who they're going to be, 1 and 2. So let's see
Right.
where they rank.
Okay, and at 1 and 2, number 2 is hanging on
Barry
Scott's
Sanders.
wall. Jim Brown.
Okay.
Number 2.
And then 1 is Barry.
Number two,
Barry's number 1.
Barry's better than
Sanders,
Jim
number
Brown,
1
dude.
running
Come on.
back in NFL history.
I got no problem with it.
He was
Jim Brown.
ranked. He was ranked number 1 by the fans.
Can you tell me where Thurman ranked in this list, please?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Where did Thurman Thomas rank? Where did
Someone,
Terrell
like,
I
Davis
don't get
rank?
anything. I don't get anything beyond honorable mention.
All right.
Because, like, he did lead, was it 2 years back-to-back, most scrimmage yards, over 2,000?
Uh-huh.
5-time
Yes.
Pro Bowler?
Yes.
He might
All
have
right,
been
yeah.
11th for all I know.
That list is
Thurman could've been
missing
top 10.
both Thurman
Definitely not
Thomas
top
and
five.
Jerome
I wouldn't
Bettis.
put him
But,
top five.
you know, if you look at those 10 right there, that's a tough group to break into.
I think, you know what, to be honest, I think
Definitely.
Thurman Thomas needs to be
Terrell
above-
Davis is better
Terrell
than
Davis,
Thurman
yes.
Thomas?
Thurman Thomas should be better than Terrell Davis. Give me a
Dude.
break. Give me a break.
Dude.
And Clarky,
Well, but wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. I said I said that he was honorable mention at number 16.
oh, Terrell Davis.
Oh, Terrell was.
Okay. I was going to say,
Oh, okay.
he's not
He
top
could have
10.
been anywhere from 11 to
Okay.
15, as far as I know.
All right. And I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go ahead and give Clarky some props. Jim Brown, he says Jim Brown is always number one. Clarky, if Jim Brown has to be number two to anybody, Barry is the only one he's going to be number two against. And I have no problem with that whatsoever. Okay. Jim Brown I know it's 50, 60 years ago, but still, it's Jim Brown.
Yeah, this is the problem when you do these top lists and you bring the guys from like way back into these lists. It's a different league, man. It's a big time different league. Like dudes didn't have cuts back then. They had north-south.
Right. And I'll tell you something. There was a debate raised saying, will anybody ever beat Emmitt Smith's record? And I say no.
No.
And the reason is because it's a more pass-focused game now.
Let me
Okay.
take that a step further. If Emmitt Smith had had Tony Dorsett's speed, he would have had 20,000 yards rushing.
Agreed. He didn't have
if Barry Sanders would
Tony's
have stuck
speed.
around, he might have had 20,000 yards.
Yeah,
rushing.
Tony Dorsett was just amazing.
No, not 20. 30.
Sanders would have
Barry
had 30.
Sanders would have
Not
had
quite that
30.
much.
Dude, you guys watch the Football Life when they did the Thurman Thomas one and him and Barry Sanders are talking smack to each other?
No, I didn't see that.
They both went to both same college, right? So they're like,
Yeah.
who's the best?
Army
Who's the best player?
and these guys are bringing up some good
Great.
points. Guys that retired early, Gale Sayers, Barry Sanders, and Jim Brown. All three of these guys retired early in the peak of their productivity.
Dale Sayers retired
Gale
because of
Sayers
his
retired
injury.
because of injury. Okay, if all three of those guys had played 10, 15 years in the league, I don't even think Emmitt would have beat their yardage because that's how good they were.
Gale Sayers is the best running back I have ever seen.
And because of his
Period.
shortened career, because of
With
injury,
a shortened
he'll never
career,
be mentioned in the top 10
No.
because of that. And that's
but
sad.
when he was healthy,
Yes.
he was the best running back.
He
I
scored
have
like
ever
5 or 6
seen.
touchdowns in one game at one point in time, didn't he?
6.
Kenny? 6.
Yeah, 6 against the 49ers.
Yeah. And, Gale Sayers, you got to go back and watch tape on him because he was just, his moves and his juke.
No one has matched that since.
No. And
Nobody.
Gale Sayers was a great running back. He doesn't get the props that he deserves because he was retired because of his shortened career. Granted, agreed, he's in the Hall of Fame, and that's great. But his potential was so much higher. He could have eclipsed Jim Brown before they were
I
Barry
think he probably
Sanders.
would have.
Even before there was
I think he probably would have.
even before there was Emmitt Smith, he could have eclipsed Jim Brown had his career gone on like to its full potential. He was just great.
When he was in the open
Hey, guys,
field, nobody could catch him.
We're running low on time, so I'm just going to bring back wide receivers and running back next week.
All right.
All right.
We only got 2 minutes. We only got about a minute or two left.
All right.
All right.
Homework for next week, Bob. Work on fixing that avatar.
Yep.
Okay.
And get it to me
And
ASAP.
get it to Eliot as soon as you can.
Okay.
Okay. Eliot, thank you for the list. I appreciate it. It was great. It was great.
Yes.
Absolutely. It was fun to debate all that stuff.
That's pure Buffalo Bills hatred, but it's okay. Fine. We're okay.
Thurman Thomas should be at least top 10, maybe top 15.
Thurman Thomas should be top 10.
Okay. All right.
I'm surprised this list didn't
I
have
bet you he was
Jamal
top 10
Lewis
playoffs.
as the number one running back.
Jamal Lewis, really? Seriously, Bob? Seriously, Jamal Lewis? Are you kidding me?
It's the same people that had them as the
Oh,
number 2 offense and number 1 defense.
That's Bob trolling. That's him trolling. That's exactly what that was. And it was funny. And I like it.
By the
Oh,
way,
I got
Ravens
one last
hatred is
thing.
real.
just as a
Scott.
preview, John, Stephon Diggs is not on that list.
What, for the wideouts?
Top 10.
yeah.
of all
no,
time.
No, yeah, duh.
Or right
no,
now?
not all time. going into this season.
Oh, of course not. Why would he be? I mean, he's only, the best
Can I ask
route
you a
runner
question,
in the
Kenny?
league, but,
I got a quick mention.
it's fine.
I want to say rest in peace to both Jerry Sloan and Eddie Sutton.
Damn, yeah, Jerry, man.
Jerry Sloan, one of the greatest coaches ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, he would have had one or two.
Oh,
He had 2 NBA championships if it wasn't for Michael
He was
Jordan.
tenacious as a player too.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
They were a
In fact,
footnote in
he was the face of the Chicago Bulls before Michael Jordan was.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, the only players to play more games than him were Pippen and Jordan.
Yeah.
As a Bull.
Right.
Correct.
That was nailed, and Eddie Sutton's one of the greatest college basketball coaches ever.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely.
Kentucky, Oklahoma State, I think. Was it Oklahoma State, Kenny?
Yep, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, and Creighton.
Kentucky.
Took all 4 to the NCAA tournament.
Correct.
Everybody should read more John Wooden books. Speaking
Absolutely. Agreed.
John Wooden is basketball coaches.
Yes.
His books are honestly some of the best things I've ever read in my life.
Yeah,
really.
John Wooden was a great motivator.
The one with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar one that he wrote like 2 years ago, that was his life with Coach. Like he was basically his memoir of John Wooden. Freaking brilliant. I couldn't put it down, man. If you guys love like sports books like that, it's fantastic.
Yep.
So anyways, that's my shout out to Kareem. So.
All right, gentlemen.
Incredible.
Thank you all 4 of you for a great show this week. Elliot, again, thank you for the banner. I really love you for that. I appreciate it. Okay. Bob, get your avatar.
As soon as Bob gets me the avatar, I can throw up an homage to
and if you're
Rondo.
into the blockchain, look up Hive. Oh, John, I was going to say, you didn't bring up
We almost went the
whole show without him bringing it up.
Almost, but guess who remembered?
Jen.
Yeah.
That was for Jen, by the way.
Hey, I guess he had to chime in because Buffalo wasn't getting any love.
That's it. Don't matter. I can smack talk NBA fans all day, every day now.
We'll see the Toronto Raptors in Disneyland.
Oh, dude, you can't go
blockchain. Look up Hive on the blockchain. Google it. You'll find out. You'll love it. Just to give a prop out to my buddy John. Kenny, thank you for a great show. Elliot, great as always. John, Bob, thank you very much. I love you. I want to see more of you. This is 2 weeks in a row. You got to get a streak going on now, brother. Okay, so this is 2 weeks.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Call me.
You make the avatar, or we will.
The post will be in there tomorrow morning. You'll be on the screen, Bob, as soon as you get me your avatar.
Yeah, well I'll walk you through it. I'll try to get you through it so we can get it taken care of, Bob. I'll call you after.
I'll start setting it up to where I have a space.
So he doesn't have a jitterbug for a phone, right? Like
no, he's got an iPhone.
Okay,
he's got an iPhone.
Just making sure. Okay,
he's got an iPhone.
Good.
Maybe you should call him.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. It was a great show. We keep having these great shows with no sports going on, guys. I'm loving every bit of it. I mean,
fascinating.
Absolutely.
You just got to get Eliot to keep doing these top 10 lists, man.
I love them. I love it.
Great stuff.
We need to branch out instead of just football. We go to Major League Baseball.
No, I got basketball, baseball,
basketball, hockey.
No, let's do. We'll do basketball and football.
Mr. Top 10.
All right, David Letterman. Thank you very much for your time. Anyway, guys, have a great week.
Take an L.
Take an L for that, right? On behalf of my co-host, Bob the Beerman Pizer.
Just a song that never ends. We've been saying bye for 15 minutes.
Rage quit.
Rage quit.
Olson. We are out. Have a great night.